currently. So they think that they're not giving their best since they don't know whether the new owners will retain them or not. Did we foresee this type of uncertainty, and what are we doing to mitigate it?
Okay.
Okay. This is not totally new. When the telecom sector was to be privatized, we had similar issues with Nitel and so on. But the good thing there is this, just like I said in my opening remark, that the government has earmarked over 60 billion naira, you know, to settle, over 600 billion naira to settle all the staff, you know, that are entitled to be settled. And definitely, this kind of skepticisms and fears are normal, It's only a matter of time that all of these will, will take care of themselves. The good thing there is that the government is working day and night. The Ministry of Power they are working day and night to make sure that all those who are expected to be settled are duly settled. And again, you don't expect. Sorry, can I come again? You don't expect to settle.
About the settlement of the workers. I mean,
okay.
People are talking about the top echelon of, of those who are the management staff of these discos, for instance. The CEOs are not sure if they're going to be kept, so that, of course, is going to affect their commitment. We're looking at this as it affects service, because some people will tell you that since they hand over on Friday, they haven't seen any electricity in their homes till now, and they're not sure who to complain to, or even if their complaints will be heard.
Okay. Really, whenever there's a change of government or change of ownership, not necessarily that there must be a vacuum in the management. It is natural that whenever a new owner is coming on board, he or she naturally is expected to come with a new management. And in the process of having a new management or having to hand over to a new management, there could be some lacuna here and there. But again, that is not really going to affect the power supply, the way you put it. I don't think so. Because these people are not necessarily the people responsible for generation, transmission and distribution. They have the workers on the ground who are expected to do that. The management processes are purely executive affairs that not necessarily have to affect the daily running of the power stations, if you agree with me.
Okay. Just a moment too. We're talking about metering. Some people are already saying that for some of them the experiences are different. Some people haven't seen, monitoring tweets on Twitter here, and some people tell you that they haven't seen anything since Friday, while some other people tell you that, well, it was close to end of the month, they're expecting their bills, for those who are still using estimated billing, so chances are that they always get something towards the end of the month because their bills are coming in. Now, what do you think we should be doing concerning those who are yet to have prepaid meters in this particular respect? Mr. Samamadi has said that it's going to take about 18 months or so. We don't know how far. We're almost, I think we have 6 months left for that prepaid metering stuff. But do you think that we should have at least done that first, before we finally did this privatization process?
Yes. You see, the truth is this. Though I'm not a staff of NEC, or any of the agencies, but with my little understanding, really, you don't expect to bab somebody's head, while he's actually not around. You see, you are about to hand over, the entire sector to the private sector. The power sector is to be handed over to the power sector. And yet, the very critical component of having to have value for their money, you are about to streamline, you are about to regularize, you are about to provide, at the other end of the divide. That is talking about the consumer end now. And yet, you are about to, to privatize. This is counterproductive, if you ask me. Definitely, they need to soft pedal. They need to wait a little for the private investors to fully take over, so that their input could actually be appreciated in the entire process, because they have, of course, they are coming in with their money, with their resources, and so they need to actually detect how some of these things are to be done, or how they want these things to go in conjunction, in close consultation with the regulatory agency like the Nigeria Electricity Regulatory Agency, Commission. So definitely, I think one of the major reasons why they had to, put on hold the provision of metering, prepaid meters for all the households across the country was because they needed to get the buy-in of the new investors coming on board, so that at the end of it all, it will not be an exercise in futility, whereby it to be completed, and the new investors will say, look, this thing is not realistic, this thing is not viable for us, and so on. So I mean, waiting a little while is not a bad idea, so that everything could be done at the same time, at once, so that Nigerians, will just, key into the new era of stable electricity without any much ado as regards the metering and abuse of metering system and so on. I think that is, this is actually, okay. All right,
Mr. Salifu, let's take a moment for the headline news. We'll come back and continue with this one. Just hang on. Olumide, I beg your pardon. I think the Balogi is standing by with the headline news. Don't worry, he understands.
Certainly do. Now let's take the news headlines at this moment. What was meant to be a happy and joyful wedding ceremony turned out to be a heinous bloodbath following the killing of more than 30 people by gunmen in Borno State. Now the attack happened on the long stretch of the Bamabanki Road east of Maiduguri, the state capital. The groom was reportedly among the victims, while the fate of the bride and her family members is unknown. An eyewitness said all the victims were brutally murdered by the attackers, and many of whom appear to have suffered gunshot wounds. All gunmen believed to be members of the dreaded Boko Haram have been taking responsibility for most attacks in that region, while the sect has been attacking and murdering civilians, mostly along stretches of highways in Borno and Yobe states. Now, fairness and justice are the key factors to security and peace in Nigeria. This is the strategy which the Sokoto State Governor, Aliu Wamako, says he has employed to keep the state secured. The governor, who spoke to Channels Television, advised his counterparts to also maintain strong communication with the security agencies operating in their states. Anambra State is in mourning following the tragic incident at a crusade ground in Uke Township, which left over 25 people dead. The governor, Mr. Peter Obi, had been accused by the candidate of the All Progressives Congress, Chris Ngige, of orchestrating the stampede. But in the state broadcast, the governor, Peter Obi, denied being the cause of the sad incident. And on to the foreign scene, a boat carrying dozens of people has sank in the Bay of Bengal, western Burma, leaving the fate of the passengers unknown. The people, numbering about 70, were Muslims from the Rohingya minority, including women and children. Aid agencies have warned of a growing exodus of Rohingyas who have been displaced by communal violence attempting the dangerous sea journey. So those are our news headlines. It's still a Sunrise Daily. Chamberlain, back to you.
It's here again, most anticipated evening in showbiz. Butterscotch, danced by Flawless and the CEO dancers. 5-course meal and irresistible music by Tiwa Savage, Chidima, and Sir Shino Peter. Date, November 9, 2013 at the Hotel, Lagos. Time, 7 p.m.
What's up, Nigeria? I'm Teddy Riley from Black Street. We're coming to perform for you. Come and take your love away.
Butterscotch, hosted by Tools.
Ask yourself, what does everyone want in life? 1, quality. You never compromise on quality. I never do. 2, speed. You think fast, so you want your data connection to be even faster. And of course, everyone wants to be appreciated. Like free roaming. Now you can receive all your calls for free every time you travel. And enjoy free calls on your birthday to call anyone you want. It's our way of saying we appreciate you. Because you deserve it.
Introducing Etisalat Gem. Join the Etisalat network today and enjoy amazing rewards.
Etisalat, now you're talking.